Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Cube SMP server. I am here in a ditch. I'm not on north side for once. I'm in like this random cave. Why am I here? Well, this is one of the last episodes before the war, and so there's not much else preparation to do. I mean, I've got all my armor, I've got all my tools, I'm good. So today, we are doing not a regular type. We're not gonna just do a bunch of clips with people about certain things, but we're gonna be answering questions, but not just any questions. The questions that you guys have about this series, the cube in itself, and the group. Now, we just recorded this, H, and my power went out.
Yeah, I'm here too. Hello, audience.
H is here. He's gonna be asking the questions. I went on Twitter today. I said, hey, ask me some questions using the hashtag CubeIsDead. And so go ahead, ask some of the ones that the Twitter users left. And we're doing this trial number 2. Hopefully my power doesn't go out again.
We're getting right into the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, and this is gonna be more of a serious Q&A, so there are gonna be some serious answers in this one, guy. Oh, I see a mine shaft already. So just be prepared. It's not gonna be more of a silly one. Go ahead, Mr. H-Bomb, begin.
Are you and Straub still pals?
No. I hate that guy these days, dude.
Me too.
To be honest. Next. No. I am, well, I mean, I still like Straub, but it all comes down to different interests, really. I mean, Straub is into different stuff than I am right now, and I guess our interests just don't mix and match, but whether I hate the guy, no. I would always record with Straub. I asked Straub to record, he's just never really available. I don't know if he hates me, if he hates me for something that I might have done in this cube season or something. I haven't really talked to him in a while, but as for, I think someone's been in this cave already, H. I went into a mine shaft chest and it was already taken, bro. Someone's already been here. My main goal here, guys, and you can see in my inventory, I've got 1, 2, 3, 3.5 stacks of iron. I'm trying to just get as much iron for the north side so we can get more beacons going. As for that question, H hates Straub, yes, but I don't hate Straub. And
yeah, no, he sucks.
Yeah, I'm cool with him. I would record with Straub. He's my homie G.
I would. Why do you think the cube slowly dies out after every season, or like towards the end of every season, when it has such a loyal fan base?
It's pretty simple answer. You know what? This cave has been so explored. I don't even know. I should just probably navigate to another one while I'm answering these questions. This is a chest someone put here a while ago. It's got wood and a detector rail in it, H. I'm gonna take that detector rail. The dying down part is just interest. I mean, not interest in like financial terms, interest in general. Like everyone gets bored of things. Time always moves on, and we've all done SMP before. Season 1 was so unique and different in that it was cool. It was our first time doing it. It was our first time doing so many things like shop, and it was our first time, most importantly, playing all together. Like our group playing with one another, and so we got to learn what other people liked, what their favorite items were. I mean, we're keeping the same group and it still is good, but I mean, season 2 was just too much of a repeat. This season we kind of had another theme going, which was the war, and then that kind of lost interest fast because we had the war. The south side is kind of getting a little bit of hate, which I'd like to touch on as well. I don't like the fact that a lot of people are hating on the opposite side. I think that is really a demotivator for people on the south side who want to play the game. I mean, north side, H, you and I, we do the same thing as south, bro. We go over to their side, we destroy their stuff. I'm trying to get hate. I literally say in the video, dislike the video, and I still don't get as much hate as the south side does. And I don't understand why. It might have been because of like the ice bridge incident and stuff back in the day. But I mean, that's so long ago, you gotta forget. But we're always coming up with new ideas, and if you have anything to add, H, go ahead. I think I rambled a lot there.
Okay. The one time I've gotten hate this season, I've been trying to get hate as well because I want to see it like spread, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
I want people to start disliking the north as well as the south and all that kind of stuff.
We need to even it out. Exactly.
The one time I've gotten hate was today, and that's from stealing your armor.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It seems to always be about me. Like, guys, it's okay. I know I'm bad at this game, but you don't have to go and dislike everybody's videos.
And he deserves it, too.
I deserve it because I didn't even build his statue. I was late on the statue. That was my fault. He took my armor, and I know you're gonna give it back. You're not just gonna steal it. Maybe it's because someone stole my armor back in the day, so everyone's sensitive about it because I told them, I said I didn't want people to steal it again. So H,
I tell
you're
you
a robber.
Hey, no, I told you I'd give it back once you complete the promise you gave me.
We have a thief!
I'm no longer the EV, I'm the hashtag T.
The one person that actually pays attention to this stuff probably realized at this point, and now I'm going to tell it to all of you. My Silk Touch pickaxe is broken! In the take that we did before where my power went out, I broke it, and I freaked out, and we had a huge, like, I did a huge and everything, and I added special effects.
Have you thought about bringing in new members for the season since so many people have stopped putting out episodes?
Okay, so here's the deal with adding new members. So the reason you guys don't see a lot of members added often is because it's harder than you think. I mean, you guys will probably see in most of our descriptions, I think I've already been down this path. That line is literally just there because we were getting flooded in our business emails about emails wanting to join the Cube. I think you were too, H. I was. And yeah, we kind of wanted to stop that because obviously we're not going to let anyone join the Cube who doesn't meet the following criteria, which is, oh, surprise, surprise, you have to be our friend. So if you're not our friend and you're not like chill with us and you're not passionate about YouTube, that's the second main thing, is you have to be really passionate about what you're doing. Then we don't accept you into the Cube. And that's why you see people so rarely accepted, is because so few people fall into that criteria. And on top of that, we don't want to add someone into season 3 right now because we don't know if it's going to end soon or not because of interest. We'd rather add people if a new season were to begin than to just plop them in midway through.
Is there a certain season that the Cube will end, or will the Cube keep going for more years?
All right, so we don't know, and we will never know. And that's, I guess, one of the things about life that you have to just realize is that you really got to just play it by ear. We don't know how much longer we're all going to be so into the Cube or so into YouTube. I mean, things could change. You don't know what's going to be happening with YouTube 3 or 4 years down the line. It could be completely changed. It could not even be a thing, which is, I mean, far stretched, but like anything could happen. I'm so into that idea that anything could happen. And so it could go on for many more seasons, but it could end this season. What I like to think of is just cherish it while you can.
I don't see it ending anytime.
No, if it was to be soon, I would let you know. I'd be like, yo, Cube's on its dying trails. But I don't see it ending at any time soon. But I just also don't want to say that it'll last till you're 95.
In mind, we think there's going to be a season 4. Do we think there's going to be a season 5?
I think for sure there's going to be a season 4. I don't think Cube has reached those days yet where everybody in the group is just like not into Minecraft at all. Like, we still have so many members who are consistently posting Minecraft content, which means I don't see season 4 being an issue. Season 5 is like at least a year from now, because usually seasons, at the very least, in their activeness, last half a year. So that is a kind of far stretch. Who knows what the different Cube members will be doing on YouTube by then. Maybe some will have pursued a different genre, like vlogging is something I know Will wants to get into. Maybe you want to get into something else. Who knows?
We can only go as far as we know. And as far as we know, we all like Minecraft right now, and we don't know if we'll like Minecraft in the future.
Exactly, and we never will know, because that's just how we work. I thought I lost power again, H,
Don't even think about that.
The server restarted. You could be watching me right now, and then a week from now, you won't be interested in me anymore. That's just like the truth and the reality of things. You could be my biggest viewer ever. You could love my videos, and then in a month, you might not even be watching me anymore. So it just, life moves you, man. It takes you places.
And the other thing about YouTube for us is we all do it because we like it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like an actual, like, job for us. Like, it's just like, oh, this turned a hobby into a job.
I don't think that I would be able to do what I do with YouTube right now if I wasn't into it at all. Like, if I wasn't into it, I would literally probably have more fun doing a regular job with the workload that YouTube comes with. Because at least regular jobs, you actually get a proper vacation without having to stress about videos and stuff.
Oh, vacations are the scariest thing about YouTube.
About YouTube? Yeah, when you're in YouTube vacations, you don't want to go on, because then you're not posting as much, and then people forget about you, and they lose interest, and then, yeah, it's my biggest fear. I know some people pre-record, but my style of videos, I put quite a bit of editing into them, and so it's a little bit harder to pre-record my kind of content.
Which Cube member that has left the Cube do you wish never left the Cube?
Stacy!
Yeah.
I recorded with Stacy today. I was actually filming Minecraft with her, and that's another reason I'm doing this different type of episode, is because I had an ortho appointment today. And that means, good news, guys, if I don't miss my appointment, which I usually do miss it, but if I don't miss it, I get my braces off next Wednesday.
I wonder if you're going to talk differently as well.
I've noticed that I haven't sounded that differently with them on. Maybe I'll say a letter weirdly. It's not like I just talking like this. Stacy definitely I would want back on the Cube. She was very passionate about it, but going back to the interest thing, the only reason she left is because she had done everything that interested her about an SMP. Like, if she had joined season 2, she would not have had fun with it because her interest had gone elsewhere.
I don't want Stacy as well. Stacy was so freaking dedicated when she was on the Cube.
I know, she was passionate. I really love passionate YouTubers.
You remember when she first joined the Cube and we were on TeamSpeak and her her microphone was piercing our ears?
Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, when that happened, I was iffy about Stacy on the Cube. I was like, her mic is really bad. I mean, I really wanted her on the Cube, and a lot of people did. But in my mind, I was like, am I gonna collab with her a lot with this bad mic that she's got? And I'm so glad she like turned everything around and started doing YouTube as her full-time job.
Aren't you guys bored of making Cube SMP videos? It's been on for at least 2-3 years now.
Yeah, it's been on for a long time, but every SMP episode is different. You focus on a new idea, a new build, I don't know, a war. Like, every episode has something different to it, which makes it not boring. I mean, if every episode I did the same thing, came into a cave and answer your questions, this series would last 2 episodes. I'd get so bored so quickly. But I do it every once in a while, and so it spices it up. At the same time, if you guys saw Cube episodes that were formatted the same way that I do them all the time, you guys would probably get bored of it too. So it's always good to get that spicing it up in there, make it variety.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest series to record.
Oh,
though.
yeah. No doubt. No doubt Cube is the hardest, because you have to have that idea. Yeah, ideas change, but I mean, how hard is it to get an idea for you? I think that's the hardest part of my episodes.
I have 84 episodes this season alone.
Oh,
it's gotten
my
very
gosh.
difficult.
I don't even know how you're able to do it, bro. I mean, I can only really push out a cube when I'm very motivated to get on the cube and I have an idea that I want to pursue, which is about every couple of days. I can't do it every day.
I'm always motivated to play Cube, but finding the thing for the episode is definitely hard.
The hardest part, easily.
Yeah.
It's even harder than editing, in my opinion. Like, editing is a time-consuming process, but it's not a hard process. That's why it hasn't gotten boring to us. But then again, going back again to that interest conversation, it's all about, like, YouTube is really all about interest. If we are getting bored of it, it's gonna show. And then you guys are going to get bored of it too. So I'm hoping that we don't.
What if the Cube never existed? Do you think you would still be close friends with the members?
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, no. I don't want to be negative Nancy here, but no, not at all. If we did not ever start the Cube, the only reason I would have ever known these guys is because we had the UHC group. And the only reason the UHC is so big these days is because it's the Cube UHC. And so if we did not have the Cube in the first place, it would just be another random UHC that probably would have fallen short after a couple of seasons. And then I probably would have never talked to most of you ever again. Which kind of sounds sad, but that's how YouTube works.
Some of us would still be friends, for
Yeah,
sure,
oh,
but
yeah.
like not nearly as close because the Cube brought us together.
The Cube has made it so that we have gotten to hang out and talk to each other nonstop for like 3 years. Isn't that so exciting, H?
No. Who was the first person you asked if they wanted to join the Cube? Let's like after the initial
Yeah,
group join.
okay, yeah, because I was going to say, when we made the Cube, we just threw a bunch of YouTubers in the UHC group into the Cube group, and we were just like, you know what? Let's make an SMP. But the first person after that, I don't know if you remember this, but it was Grape. Grape was the guy I was trying to convince heftily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was actually iffy about it at first. He was like, I don't know if SMP content would be for me, because he had and he still does, have such a PvP audience. And then, yeah, little did he know he was very wrong.
He also had a job.
He hadn't been doing YouTube full time, which he does now. I'm more busy than I've ever been. I feel like as you grow older, the more busier you get. I can see now, I understand more how his job would have affected playing Cube. Because Cube takes
Yeah.
forever.
So when we first started Cube or whatever, that was back in the day when I was going to college. I had a golf scholarship. I had to maintain both scholarships. I had a girlfriend. And then I uploaded 2 videos a day. I averaged like 3 hours of sleep.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how you do that, man.
I don't know how I did it either.
Even today, I still have to make sure I get at least 5 hours. And even with 5 hours, I'm still at my computer chair passing out. So I don't know how you're able to get 3 and pass off a workday. People are not going to agree with me on this, but I think sleep is such a waste of time. I wish humanity has evolved to the point where we didn't need sleep, or it was an option or something, because I feel like if we didn't need to sleep, we would get so much more done. Just the time where you don't sleep is your free time. Oh,
That would be amazing, but eh.
we have to sleep.
What Cube member was the most awkward meeting / talking to for the first time?
Definitely not you. Surprisingly,
Yes!
because you always brag about how you're so awkward in public, and I'm just, no, not in front of me at all, because you were
I've
not.
gotten a lot better at that. Too.
Yeah, if anything, you were like the person that made me feel the most comfortable. Like, you came up, you gave me a
I'm
hug.
very good at that.
I was very nervous because it was my face reveal, and I wasn't in the best of shape, and I mean, I wasn't at my final, the look that I wanted to be released to the public.
I thought you were about to say final evolution.
I wasn't at my final evolution. I still am not. I still have goals in mind as to how I want to look. I think the most awkward confrontation was probably, and it was the first Cube member I met, and I'm glad that I did meet him first. It was Pat Clone. We've been friends for so many years. We're still friends. He still builds stuff for me. But Pat Clone was the first person I met on the Cube or on YouTube or on the internet in real life. And so it's not that he was awkward. It was that the situation that we were both in, we were both doing the same thing at the same time, meeting someone on the internet for the first time. We were both just very awkward about it. We didn't know how to proceed from there. You know Preston's girlfriend?
Yeah, Paige.
Yeah, we were right next to her, and she was like
Aww.
my biggest fan back in the day. So like, yeah.
Is she not anymore? Does she not watch G10?
Well, I guess she lost interest. J'ai trouvé diamantes. Yes.
I'm assuming you found diamonds.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
I found 11 diamonds just there, guys. I think we could have just a couple more questions and then we can wrap it up. Some gold too. I could see beating the shit out of me easily, no problem.
Wow, did you just say that?
You could, dude.
Why does the South get so much hate for literally doing the same thing as the North side?
So I did cover that a little bit earlier on in the episode, and please do not hate on Southside. I mean, yes, sometimes they do some things that are a little mean, which was back in the day they broke the ice bridge, but that all goes with the theme of the war. If I went over there, let's say I blew up Grape's windmill, I mean, it's part of the war theme and you can't do anything about it, but it's kind of a mean thing to do. The hate is just contributing to this season's demise. So please do not.
Instead of sending dislikes to the people you don't like, send more likes to the people you do like.
Yeah, so like our videos.
All right, final question.
Okay, here we go.
I like this one. What is the process of kicking out a member?
This is a sensitive question. I actually like how you ended it off on this one because I've wanted to answer this question for a while, but I don't know how to do it without people screaming at me because of past occurrences. A group, like a professional group of passionate YouTubers, that's what the Cube is. We want to be a group of YouTubers who are constantly uploading content that people want to see. If we don't see that in someone, then we would rather, as a group, just have them be a friend on the side. Because if you're not passionate enough to be in a YouTube group, then we believe that you shouldn't be in a YouTube group. Now, the other reason is because sometimes people don't get along.
Let's say we're at the process. Will brings up he wants to add, let's say, No Boom. Like, let's go back in the time when No Boom wasn't on the queue. He would say, hey, like, this is a good friend of mine. He's doing good on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's uploading consistently. He's nice. A lot of you have talked to him. A lot of you have met him. We let everyone voice their opinions, and we'll also do, like, counter arguments to that. Like,
yeah,
say...
because we know that kicking a member is such a big deal, we don't ever want to have to do it, which is why adding a member is so difficult, because we know that once they're added, the only way that we are going to be able to get rid of them if something goes wrong is to kick them, or if they leave on their own terms, which never really works out.
Let's say during the No Boom process, I was one of the people that said no to No Boom, and the reason
I was too.
Me and you were. The reasons for me and Grazer were entirely different. I never met No Boom before. I never talked to him.
And No Boom and I did like recordings back in the day on SG. If you're a longtime viewer who still hasn't lost interest in me, well, thank you. You might remember those days, and those were the days No Boom and I kind of cut off our friendship, and it wasn't in the best light. And so I thought it would be a little awkward if he was in the cube with me, but then I got over it, and now I record with No Boom all the time.
For me, it was just like, I don't know this guy. I have no reason to say yes. So I was just like, no. Because if we're bringing someone onto the cube, like, I don't want to, like, vouch for someone if I don't know or trust them.
Exactly.
I've said no to a lot of the members on the cube.
Oh, yeah. And guys, you have to realize a lot of the people on the cube, like, even I've said no to, and H has said no to, and they go through processes sometimes to get added, like, different stages, like, they'll be brought up once, and let's say the group says, let's see how he does with his channel for a while. We'll monitor that, and we'll see, like, is he passionate about it? And then we'll bring him up again, like, a month later, and see what the group thinks then, and then we'll add him based on what we see. And if H and I say no, then they're
even though No Boom got on, but whatever.
Yeah.
So let's do the scenario where me and Grazer were the only ones that say no to No Boom joining. That's not a big deal. I think that we should give him a chance at least. We should get him on, because if two people don't like him or whatever, get over it.
Yeah,
there's 20 people.
Exactly.
Plus on there.
That's what I thought too. Like, it's just really like the audience is gonna love No Boom on the cube. My personal issues with No Boom should not have any meaning when it comes to something like that. If someone is causing controversy amongst the whole group or slashing out against the group or whatever, and I'm not calling out anyone in specific right now, I'm literally just explaining what we go through as a process when we go ahead and kick a member. If someone's causing too many problems where we see that it would be better without them in the actual group, then we'd go ahead and kick that member. Because honestly, the backlash that we get upon kicking said member is better than the long-term effects of them being in the group, and that's how we kind of make the decision. People who are kicked, by the way, aren't just like kicked. Like, they're given warning and warning and warning and warning, and Yeah, don't worry. Like
if they don't listen to the warnings, then we're just gonna remove them.
Yeah.
Because we'd rather not have hostility in the group than have hostility.
Exactly. I almost just stole a name tag from B. I wasn't even thinking I'm on her island right now, and I just almost just yanked it. So we addressed a lot of serious questions in this video. One of the ones that I don't think we addressed was the fact that you asked if I was still friends with Straub. I said yes. But what about the whole of Southside? I mean, we haven't really been seeing collabing with them a lot. And that's just because, and I wanted to touch on this because I see a lot of people saying, oh, the Cube ruined friendships and stuff. But honestly, without the Cube, this would have happened anyways. People are different, and some people mesh better with certain people than other people. And that's just basically what's happening in the Cube right now, is that people are separating into their little groups with people that they like to record with the most. And then that's just, yeah, how it's kind of gone. We covered that in the first one, so I wanted to cover it in this one before we left off because the power went out. So just TLDR, I don't hate anybody on the Cube. H does, he hates Straub.
And everyone else.
But,
and Southside, they all suck.
And
B. She thinks she's so special. She thinks she could just start her own side. What is this?
But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, or if you want me to do another serious question and answer video in the future, I thought, hey, question and answers are usually boring. What if we made it a more entertaining one where I actually answer questions that you guys want to know the answers to? So that's what I did. Let me know if you enjoyed, and that's gonna wrap up today's Cube. That's it. So it's just a simple Q&A. Let me know what you thought. If you have any follow-up questions, and I will see you guys all again next time. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Go ahead, H. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Subscribe to me on YouTube. Unsubscribe from Grazer. Subscribe to me.
Oh, jeez. You're so mean.
He sucks.